maybe looking at ways to rejuvenate the competition, because it's one that fans like to win. They like a cup final to look forward to at the end of the season, but it's got to be attractive for the clubs to take part in.
Yeah, no, I agree, and well, hopefully they will look at that, and these games will have meaning.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. All right. Well, then I guess the only other thing I would like to talk about is, as I mentioned, some of the clubs in the Blue Square South, they've been playing games while Ebbsfleet has been dealing with the Cup and the trophy, the FA Cup, FA Trophy. So I see Farnborough up in 3rd place. And I was wondering about that. We tied them. No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we won.
We beat them, yes. So do you think having a team like Farnborough, which maybe wasn't considered a contender in the beginning of the season, now in 3rd place, does that put pressure on teams like Chelmsford, Dover, Ebbsfleet, and Welling? Because they're the contenders. I mean, I guess Chelmsford has put money in the club. They were there last year, I think, to the end. Just what do you think about that? Your thoughts on that?
Well, without a doubt. I mean, Farnborough have come up. They were in the Zamoreto League last year. They've come up, and they're doing well now. They stumbled a little bit at the start of the season, but they're finding their stride now. And good for them. That's great news. But I would much rather be in the Fleet's position at the moment, although we don't want to find ourselves falling too many games behind, because this football business, over a season, it's a marathon, not a sprint. And it's all about where you finish and not where you are at Christmas. Although, you'd rather be at the top of the league than at the bottom at this time of year. I think the Fleet are handily placed. I think Farnborough have moved into contention. But, there are some big guns in this league that you mentioned, such as Chelmsford. They've been around a long time. They've been a major force in non-league football for a long time. They've struggled. They've been out of the town. They're back in the town now. They're building and building. They've got a huge fan base, big following. And I think there's every chance that Chelmsford will be one of the sides in the playoffs at the end of the season. You've got Woking. I'm sure that Woking is going to get stronger. They're a club with pedigree in the Blue Square Premier previously. Farnborough, they themselves, they were playing in the higher division not so long ago, and were a major force in non-league football. But finances obviously affect all the clubs. I don't know what the state of finances are at Farnborough. Maybe they're just beginning to find that things are becoming easier for them, and maybe they can bring players in. But I think this time of year we've got to take a snapshot when we come out of the Christmas games. The Fleet themselves have got Lewis on Boxing Day, then they've got the home game with Dartford. Tickets are on sale now, folks, although it's not all tickets, but you'll certainly get through the turnstiles a lot quicker if you've got a ticket. And then I think there's a trip over to Essex to Braintree over New Year's. Now, when we play those fixtures, I think we want to sit down and take stock of what the league looks like. And it'll start to settle down into a pattern. And I think the sides that are in the top 6 places are the ones that are going to duke it out at the top of the league. Somebody may come through, like a Farnborough, just as somebody may drop like a stone going to the relegation dogfight. But I think we'll have a much clearer idea once we get this busy period of Christmas games out of the way.
Yeah. Wow. Well, hopefully there's a game tomorrow. We can talk about that next week.
Well, next week, of course, this time next week it'll be Christmas Eve. And just in case we don't speak for any reason, if you're out feeding the reindeer, or I'm out trying to shin down chimney pots, just like to wish you and your family and all your followers a very happy Christmas, great festive season. Hope it's safe for everybody, and look forward to a prosperous 2011. And I hope everybody gets what they wish for, whatever that may be.
Thank you, Charles.
And good health to everybody.
Yes, thank you, and same wishes to you and yours. All right, then.
I'm not going to resort to singing you a Christmas carol, though.
Okay, leave the singing to me.
You'll have to fork over that pleasure, but I'm sure you can take up the slack.
Yes. All right, Charles, till next time, then.
I'll go up and resume my position as the fairy on top of the Christmas tree.
Okay, yes. I'll talk to you. Take care.
See you soon. Bye for now.
Bye. Thank you again, Charles. Now, something I've been thinking about. As you know, I'm an amateur at the interview process, and sometimes after Charles makes a good point, I just don't have a follow-up. You know, it may only be a pause that you hear, but that may last a second, but on the radio it's just an eternity. So I was thinking that I needed to practice some quick responses, to keep it lively. So here's some of the phrases that I could use to, help keep the conversation going. After Charles tells a great story or, makes a great point, and I'm not just sitting there in awe or in silence. So here's some of the phrases I was going to practice. Wow, that was fantastic. You don't say. Really? Amazing. Can you beat that? All right. Well, here's a segment I've been meaning to have. Proposals and votes. Now, this actually means that I have to read something and understand it and not just blindly say yes to it. The reading is easy, but I could be a hopeless case in the understanding part. We've got 3 proposals going on right now that are live. The first one is the Facebook advertising proposal. The deadline for that proposal is Monday the 27th at 11:26 GMT. This is straight from the text. The Facebook advertising proposal: the society should set aside a budget for 2011 to enable a constant advertising campaign in an attempt to continue the growth of MYFC on the social network site Facebook. Okay. Proposal number 2. This is the Big Spring and MYFC support period. Deadline is Monday, August 27th at 1 p.m. or 13 o'clock GMT. So in brief, this proposal is about extending the Big Spring support for the website. We've got pros and cons. There's unfinished work that needs to be done, but also not making the same mistakes that we've made in the past with the website. The final proposal is the MYFC Marketing Pack. The deadline for that is Wednesday the 29th at 12:30 p.m. This is all about creating a small marketing pack that members can use to promote the society, to give away and such. So there you go. Go to the website. This should be up. This podcast should be up today, Christmas Eve. So you'll still have a couple of days to go and second those proposals, if you wish. Now, I try to keep this podcast controversy-free, but I almost always second a proposal, even if it's something I don't agree with, and if it's something I'll vote against later. My thinking is that a proposal should get heard. This is just my personal opinion, and it's something that I learned while I was a union delegate, that even though I wouldn't necessarily agree with something, it should come out and be heard. And, don't forget, if you're enjoying the MyFC experience, tell your friends and family. Go to MyFC Trial for a free 30-day trial. Now, there's not much going on with the youths and the ladies, but hopefully we'll get some action over the weekend. On to Lewis and then Dartford. I should be talking to Lord Charles right after the Dartford game. Now, I know he's a professional, but if we lose that game, I don't know what that interview's going to be like. One more thing. This has been a fantastic season so far. We've had an excellent cup run. The trophy run has just begun. There's no Stevenage anywhere in the pool, so there's no one we can't beat. In addition, we had a 15-game unbeaten streak. We've already had 3 or 4 of the best games in years. We had the 0-0 at Wimbledon, followed by a classic that was a 4-0 dismantling of Welling at home, a rough tie at Maidenhead, and then minutes away from a win against Wimbledon at home. And then, after that, another dismantling, this time Bromley, and then shaking the rust off, beating Hayes and Yetting. I was just thinking, maybe we're forgetting the magnitude of all of this. Right? Last year it took a whole season, but we had a few massive wins. I mean, the Luton game, that, top of my head, maybe one of the only great memories. But we had some other important wins. But this year, I'd say we had at least 4 classic wins, and we're not even done. Wow, that was fantastic. Amazing. Can you beat that? All right, well, before I go, remember those websites. myfootballclub.co.uk, ebbsfleetunited.co.uk, on Facebook, facebook.com/myfootballclub, and on Twitter, twitter.com/myfootballclub. Until next time, this is your humble narrator signing off. Up the fleet.
As I walk through this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? Well, each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I want to know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Whoa! What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? As I walk on through troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. So where are the strong, and who are the trusted, and where is the sweet harmony, sweet harmony? Well, each time I feel it slipping away, just makes me want to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Whoa! What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? So where are the strong, and peaceful and understanding. Whoa, what's so funny about peaceful and understanding? Whoa, what's so funny about peaceful and understanding? Thank you.